Today's video will answer some of the most commonly asked questions about manifestation in a fun little way. Hi, my name is Coach Katie, and I am so excited to share this video with you today. So let's get right into it. What is manifestation? A, when you make a wish and put it into the universe. B, the way your beliefs create your reality. C, using crystals, tarot, affirmations, and vision boards to attract your desires. There are a lot of common misconceptions about what manifestation really is, and I don't blame you. There is a lot of misinformation on the internet. Surprise, surprise. But hopefully this question helps clear up some of that confusion, and you can really see that what manifestation is simple. Manifestation is not making a wish and hoping the universe makes it come true. Manifestation is not about wishing. It's about doing and being. And the universe isn't delivering good things to you. You are the universe. When good things happen, it's because you manifested them for yourself. Manifestation is not about crystals or tarot or even affirmations or vision boards. Now, I'm not saying that none of those things work and none of them have anything to do with manifestation, but those are not manifestation at its core. In fact, everything that everyone ever does and experiences is a manifestation. And there are plenty of people who don't have cute little crystals and don't believe in tarot, myself included. There are plenty of people who don't do daily affirmations and they've never made a vision board. So how can they manifest everything in their lives if they're not doing those things? Because manifestation is so much more than anything that you can buy or do, right? Manifestation is who you are. More specifically, the correct answer for this question, manifestation is the way that your beliefs create your reality. Now, everything stems from your beliefs. Your whole inner being and what you project into the outer world starts with what you believe. Our beliefs influence our thoughts, the way we feel, the words we speak, and the actions we take all start with that foundational belief system. Beliefs are the core of manifestation and really influence and heavily impact everything that we experience in life. Now, I do get a lot more in depth in other videos about how we can explore what our beliefs are and how we can make changes as we see fit, and also how we can double down on beliefs that we have that are already healthy. So check out some of my other videos for more information on that. What is the best way to manifest? A, consulting psychics who can predict the future for you. B, doing as many manifestation techniques as possible all day, every day. Or C, become the version of you who already has what you want. What is the best way to manifest? As a manifestation coach myself, this is one of the questions I get most often, and the answer may surprise you. See, manifestation is not best done by going to a psychic and asking them about what the future holds for you. In fact, I don't recommend hiring psychics or readers or even healers to do the work for you. What you'll find is that at best, it's a very temporary band-aid that doesn't feel very good for very long and doesn't help you to really get what you want. That's because at the core, you are manifesting everything in your reality, and no one can really come in and do it for you, nor can anyone come in and tell you what's going to happen in your reality, because things are always changing. You can change your future at literally any time, so I don't really buy into the idea of tarot or psychics and things like that. I also don't recommend doing as many manifestation techniques as humanly possible all day, every day, cramming them into every spare second you have. I know there are coaches out there who talk about filling every moment of your free time with robotic affirmations or constantly wearing crystals or doing spells and all of these things all day. First of all, that's exhausting. You are going to burn yourself out very quickly trying to do those things. That's overkill. And the great news is you don't need to be killing yourself trying to manifest all day long. Remember, everything is already a manifestation. And you don't actually have to try to make manifestations happen. In fact, the easiest, most effortless way for us to manifest consciously so that we can get what we want as often as possible is to become the version of you who has what you want. Now, you can become the version of you who already has what you want. You can become the version of you who knows that you will get what you want, even if you don't physically have it here today. Either one of those has worked for both myself and many of my clients. It's not super specific about pretending that you already have it. If you really don't buy into that belief, you can take the route of knowing that you will get what you want. And I will be honest with you, there is definitely work that goes into becoming that version of self, but that work is temporary. Because once it's done, once you have that foundation of self, once you have that solid, healthy belief system, that's going to carry you exactly where you want to go. And you don't need to spend constant time and energy doing techniques, especially not all day long. What is the best manifestation technique? A, affirmations out loud in the mirror. B, visualizing in detail. C, whatever you feel like doing. What is the best manifestation technique? Well, if you've watched the video so far, it might sound like I'm against manifestation techniques, when in reality that is not true at all. See, manifestation techniques, when done properly, help you to become the version of you who has what you want and therefore manifests what you want. Manifestation techniques can be a great tool to do that, again, when done properly. So this question, one of the answers, one of the options was to affirm out loud in the mirror. That is a good manifestation technique. There is nothing wrong with that technique at all. That is a technique I've done. It's one I've recommended to clients and they've had success. It really can be a helpful tool and it can help you to become the version of you who gets what you want. So there's nothing wrong with that technique. Another one of the options I provided was to visualize in detail. Again, visualization, especially when you're able to add detail, which does not always need to be images. It can be things like sound, smell, even feeling, right? Those are things you can add to your visualization. If you can't get a clear image, that's totally fine. You can still visualize. Everyone can visualize. But that is a good technique to do as well. Again, one that I've used, that my clients have used, and that there is scientific backing to support. But the reason why neither of those answers is technically the best way to manifest, and the correct answer is whatever you feel like doing, is because you cannot force yourself to do a manifestation technique if you don't feel like doing it. It's not going to work very well for you, and in fact, for many people, it does backfire. The reason why is because we're not doing manifestation techniques. Let's get close, because this is very, very important, and this is something that so many people get wrong. We are not doing manifestation techniques to get our manifestation. Right? And when I say manifestation, I mean things in the physical world. We're not doing manifestation techniques to get money, to get love, to look the way that we want. That is not the purpose of manifestation techniques. The purpose of manifestation techniques is to closer align ourselves with the version of us who already has what we want or knows that we're getting it. That's the purpose. And so when we force ourselves to do a manifestation technique, I always see it done with the intention of getting the thing they want to manifest. That's why it doesn't work or even gives you opposite results. So you have to use the techniques properly. And one of the best ways to do that is to choose techniques that feel good to you in the moment. Things that you do because you want to do them. Things that actually feel good, that excite you, that make you feel like you are the version of you who has what you want. Those are the techniques that are right for you in that moment. And that can change moment to moment. And that's totally fine. You can also do the same techniques every day. As long as you're feeling good about them, that's totally fine. Now, I will add a short caveat here that you do want to choose techniques that influence your 5 pillars. Now, 5 pillars are what we mentioned earlier. Your beliefs, that's the most important. Your thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. I'm a 5-pillar coach. That is my signature method that I came up with myself after studying manifestation for almost a decade. This is the simplest way to explain it. Beliefs, thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. You want to choose manifestation techniques that will target at least one of those 5 pillars. Okay? And again, those pillars are always feeding back into your belief system. Ultimately, that is what we're really working on. So that is something I talk about in depth in a lot of my other videos. I definitely recommend checking out some of my technique videos because they will explain this in much greater detail. What's the best way to manifest your ex back? A, act like they're coming back. B, go no contact to make them miss you. Or C, do a love spell to make them obsessed with you. What is the best way to manifest your ex back? Now, this is the question I personally get a lot because one of the things that I went viral for on TikTok was talking about how I manifested my ex back and married him. So this is a question that pertains to me personally and one that a lot of my clients really want to know about. So I had to throw this question in there. So some of the incorrect answers that I mentioned was going no contact to make them miss you. This answer is very wrong, okay? Now, I know there are a lot of coaches who preach this technique. They live by it, they swear by it, and they tell other people to do it. And that's pretty scary because this is so toxic. This is such toxic advice, not just for your ex, because who wants to purposefully be ignored to manipulate your feelings, but it's also very toxic for the person doing it, the person who wants to get their ex back and believes that ignoring their ex will make that happen. Anyone who has ever tried going no contact for the wrong reasons already knows that it does not feel good for you to do this. In fact, it's a major challenge You're trying to separate yourself from what you truly want, your partner, and you're trying to ignore them purposefully to make them, manipulate them to come back to you. This causes you to look at the 3D, which is your outer reality, the world around you. This causes you to check your phone. Do they miss me yet? Do they miss me yet? Did they text me? Did they post something cryptic? What are they doing? I want to know, because we're not in contact and now I have no idea what they're up to. I want to know that this is working. I want proof, and I'm looking for that proof. I'm looking for the proof. I'm looking for the proof. And eventually that subsides. That usually, when you first go no contact, that's usually a very strong feeling. Eventually you'll get sick of doing that and you'll kind of settle into this sense of no contact. But anytime that the topic of your ex comes up, you notice, oh, they haven't texted me, but I'm going no contact, so they should have texted me, and why haven't they texted me? Well, I'm just going to keep going no contact, and eventually I hope that it works. And that's what I see when people go no contact for the wrong reasons. Now, there are right reasons to go no contact. Usually that has more to do with safety. We're talking physical safety, but we're also talking emotional safety, right? If you're finding that your interactions with your ex-partner who you want to get back together with are constantly toxic, that you're stuck in a cycle, sometimes going no contact can be a good choice. This is something that is very, very personal. And there are a lot of details that go into making this decision in a way that is right for you. This is something I go into in my reunion course, which really goes in depth about things like no contact, how to reestablish contact, how to get unblocked, and so much more. So you can check that out on my website at the link below if you're interested. But please know that going no contact for the purpose of making your partner miss you is not going to work. Especially not long term, right? And it's also not going to feel good in the short term either. The other wrong answer that I mentioned was doing a love spell to make them obsessed with you. First of all, spells are not real. The only reason that they have ever worked for anyone ever is because of the belief that they worked, right? So the belief is what we're after, this belief that they are coming back. And so if a spell makes you believe that they're coming back, it is that belief that can sometimes produce success. But I will say that the same problems come along with doing spells. You're looking at the 3D, you're wondering why didn't it work? And even if it does work, the outcome is very temporary because you're not changing anything about yourself. You're not working on your belief system. You're just, lighting a candle or something like that. Listen, I have fallen for the scam of spells before. I know they sound really easy and they make all these wonderful sounding promises, but I promise you from the experience and from talking to hundreds of other people who have unfortunately tried this route as well, they don't work, they're not worth your time, and they are most certainly not worth your money. So you can manifest in a way that is happy and healthy for both you and your partner. Please don't fall for the scam of spells. That said, the correct answer to this question, what's the best way to get your ex back, is to act like they're coming back, right? This all goes back to being the version of you who already has your manifestation or already knows that you're going to get it. So what are the things that you would do if you knew that your ex was coming back? What would your words be? How would you feel? What would your thought processes be? And most importantly, what would your beliefs be if you knew your partner was coming back? Again, this is something we get into really, really in depth in my reunion course, which is on my official website linked below. When will your manifestation happen? A, when you do enough techniques. B, when you are truly ready. C, when the universe decides it is in divine timing. When will your manifestation happen? Oof, as a coach, I get this question a lot. And we're going to go over some of the incorrect answers, and then we're going to get into the correct answer. So one of the incorrect answers was when you do enough techniques. So there is no set number of manifestation techniques that you can do to make your manifestation happen. I know there are coaches out there who talk about you have to say 10,000 affirmations and then your manifestation will come true. Oh God, that is one of the craziest things I've ever heard. It most certainly is not true. It does not account for people being at different points in their journeys. No, that is absolute bullshit. You don't have to worry about doing a set number of techniques. When you have changed, right? When you've used your techniques to become the version of you who has what you want, that's when your manifestation will happen. But we'll get more into that in a minute. One of the other incorrect answers was when the universe decides for you that it is divine timing. Okay, so we talked about earlier that this idea of the universe, right, as this entity that decides when you get things is a fallacy, right? That's my belief system. I've studied manifestation for almost a decade. I'm very science-backed. I don't believe in that at all. I believe that you are the universe, right? If you want to think of it in that sense, but you are manifesting everything for yourself. And because of that, I also don't believe in divine timing. I've never seen that be something that plays out. It's not really a factor that is outside of you. In fact, it's not a factor that's outside of you at all. It's all coming from you. And everything stems from your belief system. So the correct answer is when you are truly ready, that's when you'll get your manifestation. Now, what do I mean by that? Of course, I mean that you become the version of self who has what you want, and that there's not a lot of interruption in that version of you. Okay, so that means you're not bouncing back and forth constantly from, oh, I am the version of me. I know I'm getting what I want. No, I don't think I'm going to get it. Where's the proof? I am the version, but it's not here yet. I know I'm getting what I want, but here's the reasons why it might not happen. I know I'm getting what I want, but I don't even really want it anymore. I don't think it's right for me. So many people bounce back and forth so much that instead of them, if you think of it as like a scale, right? This scale, and over here is you getting your manifestation, you're trying to get over here. When you're bouncing back and forth, it just kind of evens out and you kind of end up somewhere in the middle, right? What we want is for us to be close enough to this version of us who has what we want for long enough, consistently enough, that we move that scale in the direction that we want, and we're able to obtain the thing that we want. Again, we're never doing this to obtain the thing that we want. We're doing this to become the person who has the thing that we want. I know it's kind of a subtle, weird difference, but I promise it's something you get used to when you do have some time studying manifestation the correct way. So when will you get your manifestation? It's very different for everybody. Some people are very open to changing their belief systems, whether that's because they're so fed up with their old belief systems that aren't working, or because they just have a very free, open-minded personality and they're very adaptable to taking on new beliefs that help support them. So it's different for everyone. It also differs depending on what you want to manifest, because some things we have a lot of resistance to manifesting. We have so many belief systems that are holding us back from actually becoming that version who has what we want. And then there are other things that we can manifest very easily. It's very easy for us to get on board and adapt new belief systems. I mean, usually because we don't have a bunch of negative beliefs contradicting what we want. So that definitely differs based on the individual as well. When is the best time to do manifestation techniques? A, morning and night. B, at 11:11 every day. Or C, all day long. All right, we have another question about time. When is the best time to do manifestation techniques? Now, hopefully you've watched the entire video so far and you can really figure out this answer for yourself. But I am going to give you the right answer, of course, and we're going to explain it in detail. So, as you saw in the musical chairs, the correct answer is morning and night. Okay. The answer is not at 11:11 every day. There is no such thing as a magical time when manifestation works better. Manifestation works best when you are prepared to manifest. That's all that it is. It depends on you. It depends on how you're feeling, what you're thinking, etc. Right? It has nothing to do with a time on a clock or a magical date. There is no such thing as a magical portal that magically makes it easier to manifest. It is easiest for you to manifest when you are ready to manifest. It's completely dependent on you. Now, again, like with anything, if you believe that 1111 or a crystal or whatever it is helps you manifest, yes, it is certainly possible that you will manifest better at those times or with those things. But it's not because of those times or those things. Remember, it is because of your belief. Okay? If I hold the belief that patting myself on the head and rubbing my stomach at the same time helps me manifest, if I truly believed that, I would manifest best when I rubbed my stomach and patted my head. Does it have anything to do with rubbing my stomach and patting my head? No. It has nothing to do with crystals. I have these because I think they're really cute. It has nothing to do with specific times. It has nothing to do with anything outside of you. But if your belief is that those things help you, then that belief is what is helping you. Okay. The second answer that we went over that was incorrect is manifest all day long. That's the best time. We talked about this earlier. No, it's not, because that is exhausting. It's very unnecessary. When we talk about doing manifestation techniques, we're talking about things like affirming, scripting, visualizing. You don't need, or nor should you, do those things all day long every day. Okay, you are going to burn yourself out. It is extremely unnecessary. The best time to do these is at the morning and night, as close to sleep as possible. You want to create this little sleep sandwich, okay? Create this little sleep sandwich for yourself. As soon as you wake up, that is a great window of time to do affirmations or visualize or script. Okay, gratitude journaling is a good one that I recommend as well. Same goes for right before you go to sleep. That is a great time, especially to visualize, but you can also do those other techniques as well. Why? Because science. Okay, so when we are closest to sleep, we are in a beta state, meaning that our minds are most malleable. This means that we are most open to new ideas, to changing old ideas. We are most susceptible to changing our minds at those times. Okay, that's just science. So that's why the morning and nighttime are best. Also, myself and almost all of my clients find that if you start your day right, by doing things like saying, I know I'm going to get whatever it is that I want because I deserve it, and that thing is going to fit perfectly in my life. If you start your day by saying things like that, if you start your day by saying, it's going to be a wonderful day, and I know it is because of this, this, and this, and I'm so excited for this day, and this is going to be the best day ever. If you start your day like that, you're going to have a better day. Give it a try if you haven't yet. How can you manifest more money? A, practice gratitude for what you already have. B, stop worrying about money. C, celebrate the success of others. Here's another question I get all the time. How can I manifest more money? Ooh, I love this question. So this is a little bit of a trick question. Every answer here was correct. Okay, so there are multiple ways for us to get the things that we want, because again, the ultimate goal is to become the person who has what we want. It's not so much about how we become that person. As long as we're choosing techniques or strategies that are effective and that resonate with us personally, we will make that change and we will accomplish our goal. So there are multiple ways that you can do this. One that's very popular is practicing gratitude for things that you already have. This can be very simple, and yes, you can do this. Yes, you can. I don't care how little you think you have. I don't care how poor you think you are. You have access to the internet. You're watching this video. You have access to a computer or a phone or a tablet, and you have access to the internet. Okay, so you do have things to be grateful for. I just listed a couple right there. But we're talking about literally everything in your life that you already have and practicing gratitude for it. So for example, I found the perfect water bottle. And I love this water bottle. It is big. It keeps my drinks icy cold. It has this convenient little push button. It doesn't leak. I love this water bottle. It has a little handle that I use a lot. It fits perfectly in my cup holders. And when I use this, I take a little second to appreciate its features, okay? I have this delicious coffee that is almost gone because it is delicious. I love it. And it's decaf because I'm pregnant. I love having decaf coffee. I love still being able to drink some coffee, even though, I can't have the regular stuff. I really love that. I love my microphone. I think it works really well. Hopefully you guys think so as well. I have so many things to be grateful for. I have this little, I always say the name wrong, axolotl. I can't say the name, okay? It's a cool little thing that my husband 3D printed for me. And it sits right here on my desk with me, and I just love it. It's a little reminder of his love for me, and I just think it's adorable. So there are so many things to be grateful for. I have these little preggy pops, okay? So when I get morning sickness, which thankfully is not happening as much anymore now that I'm in the second trimester, these have been a lifesaver. I'm very thankful for them. So there are so many things you can be thankful for. And it doesn't need to be like, this is like the difference between life and death, and this is the most amazing thing that has ever happened. You don't need to exaggerate it. But if it's in your space, if it's in your home, if you spent money on it, there's a reason, okay? There's a reason why you bought it. Think about that reason and what value do those things add to your life, okay? The next answer was to stop worrying about money. Easier said than done. I know. And this is something that we get into in coaching. This is something that I get into with all my clients who are trying to manifest more money. This is something I get into in all my courses, how to deal with negative thoughts when they come up, because negative thoughts are normal. There's nothing wrong with them, but how can we deal with negative thoughts, negative feelings? How can we deal with worry in a safe, healthy way that is not toxic positivity, but actually helps you to process those things and reframe them? So that is something that we get into if you're one of my clients. If you are interested in coaching, I do offer coaching at the link below. Coaching is extremely limited at this time. I'm not taking on a bunch of clients right now because of my pregnancy. But if you are interested in coaching and if you have a lot of worries that you want to deal with in a healthy way, that's certainly something we can do together. And finally, celebrating the success of others. One of the things I see people do to sabotage their own success with money is to feel envy or even anger towards those who do have money. To look at rich people and say, you don't deserve that money. You're spending your money poorly. You're not helping people with money. Like, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is. So many people have so much anger, jealousy, envy, hatred towards people who have the success that they themselves want. And I promise you that is such a harmful form of self-sabotage. So the first thing that you can do is to catch yourself in those moments when you see someone with a nice fancy car and you start making negative assumptions about how they got it, or that they shouldn't have it, or they don't deserve it, or blah, 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 blah. Stop. Stop doing those things. That is step number one, okay? And then you want to replace that with celebration. You can take baby steps. You don't have to jump straight to, I'm so happy for them, right? We're not trying to fake it till we make it. We want to find things that we can really latch onto that are sincere and authentic and build from there. Okay, so it's not about going from one extreme to the other immediately. It's about taking realistic steps to get there. Again, this is something I do with my clients all the time. Obviously, something I do in my own life. It is certainly possible to do. So celebrating the success of others who have the money that you want. Bonus question. What should you do to help you manifest right now? A, like this video. B, comment on this video. Or C, subscribe to this channel. And finally, a fun little bonus question. This one was a little cheeky, but what should you do to start manifesting what you want right now? Like, comment, and subscribe. Now, I can't promise you that doing these things is going to help you manifest, but I also can't tell you that it won't. And in fact, I do sincerely believe, right? All jokes aside, I do sincerely believe that subscribing to this channel will help you manifest the things that you want. I do put out a lot of free, valuable advice, things that you can build on in your own life and really start to see success. There are certainly people who have manifested what they want just from watching the videos on my channel, nothing else, right? Just watching and applying what they learn. So I do hope that if nothing else, you'll subscribe to the channel because I know it will be valuable for you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day and happy manifesting.